Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
This portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina, everyone. Hurricane season is upon us, and that's why I have Tony Zach from Mr. Sparky in the studio. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I love when I get to talk to you and learn more about what you do. And today the topic is generators.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, I'm in school right now.
Yeah.
Tell me what I need to know as a homeowner, especially right now during hurricane season.
Well, now is the time to be prepared, right? So whether it's budget conscious for a portable generator or you want to upgrade to a whole house automatic, usually to get that to happen.
Yeah, so you'd rather do your research now and figure out what you want.
Correct. And there's a lot, with generators today, with the whole house standbys, they're all automatic. So let's say that they name a category of a storm that you're not comfortable with being at home, then you have an automatic generator that's going to turn on your appliances while you're gone, being your air conditioning and your freezers and your refrigerators are going to run while you're gone. And so, it's peace of mind here. Thankfully, we don't get hit with hurricanes often.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an active season, and it's better to be prepared than to be scrambling around like we were just talking about.
I know. And there's also a number of other reasons why you would need a generator, too, not just whenever there's a hurricane. You never know.
Sure. Well, for instance, Sunday night, we had the storm that came across through Georgetown, Pawleys Island. Those people were without power, and that's why it's important to really look at the company that you're getting to install these. We were running service calls. We've got thousands of customers out there with generators, and it's an air-cooled engine, and they're going to have issues at times. But you want to deal with a company that's going to be able to help you out 24 hours a day. I think our guys were out till about 5 that morning.
Oh my gosh.
But that's what we do, and that's why it's important to make sure you know who's putting it in. If you're getting a home, a box store out there, then you may not have the same person who's servicing that unit available. So it's real important to do your homework.
All right, so how does that process look for somebody that's watching right now and they're interested in maybe getting a
so
generator?
it's real easy. We do free estimates all the time. We want to come out, we want to see where we're going to put the unit at your home, make sure that you're agreeable to it, make sure that it's agreeable to the codes. So we've got to be so far away from windows and doors. How's it going to look on your property? Do we need to speak with your HOA? Then we've got to go apply for the permit. We've also got to get power scheduled to be turned off for the day, to be turned back on. We're going to put a concrete pad down. We're going to install the unit, make all the electrical connections. If it's natural gas, it's to our benefit. We have Benjamin Franklin Plumbing that does natural gas work. Propane, we have great providers for that as well. So we really try to make it as turnkey as possible. Like I said, we've got great LP providers. We do all the gas work for natural gas. We set all that up with that utility as well. So, now is the time, and they can get in touch with us very easily at 843-213-6610, or they can find us online at mrsparkygs.com.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks once again for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm Katie Turner, and I'm wearing pink for a reason today. I'm joined in studio by Michelle Apple. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay, so you are the founder of the ABC Warrior Foundation. What does that stand for?
The Apple Breast Cancer Warrior Foundation.
All right, so tell me your story.
So I'm actually, this week is kind of ironic, I'm a 5-year breast cancer survivor, so I made it to 5 years, which is a huge milestone for many breast cancer patients. So when I got my diagnosis, I always knew I wanted to do more. I didn't want to be defined by breast cancer, but I've seen so many financially having a hard time with the financial bills in addition to advocating and educating. So during my journey, I decided to start a foundation, a 501c, to help other breast cancer patients as they're going through this long journey, because it's emotional, it's financial. And so I decided to start the foundation under those things so that we could help them.
It's got to be surreal going from being the patient to being able to really pay it forward to people.
Absolutely, I wanted to advocate because in the beginning my diagnosis was missed, so I had a very small lump under my armpit, and I think it's good for the viewers to know that I just got a standard mammogram, and unfortunately they missed it, and I should have had an ultrasound.
Wow.
And that's the other reason to advocate for the foundation, right? I want to educate and tell folks. Not that you have a crystal ball that it could stop it, but maybe we could have caught it earlier. We know with breast cancer, early detection and treatments are huge.
Huge.
So with that, after my mom got diagnosed with bile duct cancer, I then took care of myself. She passed away. We were taking care of her, and I got shingles, and it grew actually on my breast. And I thought, well, you know, I should get this checked out. So after she passed, I did, and that's when I found out I was stage 3. It has metastasized into 23 lymph nodes, full mastectomy, 6 months chemo, 3 months radiation, and then just recently I had my ovaries removed, and then continued medication. So many cancer patients don't get to ring the bell. So many of those I want to advocate and help and do the comfort bags that we're going to talk about at the next summit to kind of bring a smile to their face.
Now, for people that want to stay updated with you and help out throughout the year, I mean, you have so many things planned on the calendar. How can they stay in touch with you?
Absolutely. So we have a website. It's www.applebcwarrior.com, or they can certainly email me at michelleapple71@iCloud as well.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I am joined in studio by Keosha Garrett. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We're going to talk about what you have been doing, your ministry, Shanavia's Dream Sickle Cell Clinic.
Yes, ma'am. I started a nonprofit this year in memory of my late sister Shanavia, who passed away from sickle cell complications back in 2021. It's been amazing, the amount of people that we were able to reach in Charleston, McClellanville, Georgetown area. It's definitely amazing. So yeah.
You truly hit the ground running when it comes to all the different things that you've been doing. What do you think is important for the community to know about sickle cell?
The important thing, one of the many important things that I feel that our community should know is that sickle cell is definitely a forgotten about disease. We need more awareness because it affects so many people. I had my second annual blood drive back on Shanavia's birthday, which was June 10th. And I had MUSC to come out to do sickle cell trait testing. And just this morning, I had someone to reach out to me telling me, hey, I got my results and I have the sickle cell trait. And she's about 20 years old and she didn't know. So it's like that gap between the communication from parents over time to their children. Sometimes they forget to let their kids know, hey, you have the trait. Try not to mate with someone else that has the trait because then their child will have sickle cell, which in my case, that's what happened to my sister because my mom knew, but my dad, he didn't.
So education is super important.
Education, most definitely, education.
All right, so if people want to stay connected with you among this journey, how can they do that?
Well, definitely, they can follow us on Facebook at Shanavia's Dream Sickle Cell Clinic. Also, they can reach us at shanaviasdream@gmail.com. If they want to inquire about blood drives, they can refer to the Facebook page, and we keep everyone posted there.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, I am in Jeep heaven today. I'm joined by my new friends, including Jody Lynn, who is from the Dirty Myrtle Jeepers.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Why don't you help me introduce these other lovely ladies we have right here?
Absolutely. This is Mary Ellen Pelton, and she is with the Carolina Coast Jeep Club. And this is one of her admins, Megan Galpin. And I'm Jody Lynn Jordan with Dirty Myrtle Jeepers.
All right, Jody Lynn, let's talk about what you guys do.
Oh my goodness, we do so much great stuff. So whether we're out having fun in the community, whether we're doing get-togethers, whether we're going four-wheeling, stuff in the community, giving back, it's all what it's about. It's about getting together with Jeeps, having a great time, enjoying everybody, and getting to make new friends and having fun.
What I really love about Jeeps is that everybody can really express themselves.
Absolutely.
It's so cool. We were taking a walk around the parking lot here. So many people have come out to show off their Jeeps. What is your favorite part of being able to see, everyone's individuality?
It's so much. Everything from the ducks that they collect to the names that they name their Jeeps is always fun, especially when it really matches their personality. You kind of get a good kick out of it. All of the different decorations and things that they do. And a lot of people go out a little bit more than others at different times of the year, with whether it's Christmas or Halloween. They really do take it seriously. Some people even, there's a Jeep back here that has a big, huge duck on the top. He actually has a name. I can never remember his name, but she has named that Jeep duck. Birdie. Her Jeep's name is Birdie. I cannot remember the duck's name. But he is a big, huge, like 6-foot duck that is strapped to the top of her Jeep. So,
well, let's talk a little bit more about that, because for somebody that maybe doesn't own a Jeep, they might not know about the duck culture. That is very important to Jeep owners.
It is.
And here in Myrtle Beach, y'all have quite the collection.
Oh, we
Almost
absolutely
every
do.
single Jeep out here has tons of ducks. Why?
Absolutely. So it started off many years ago. It's not quite 10 years ago now. But in Canada, with a lady that came out from a store, and she saw a Jeep that she liked, and she put a duck on it. And ever since then, it's kind of just caught on as Duck Duck Jeep. And there's actually a big, huge hashtag for that, where people can go and post the Jeeps or the ducks that they get that are left on their Jeeps, and it's like a movement. So if somebody sees your Jeep and they like it, and they want to tell you that they like your Jeep, then you leave a duck.
Love it.
I mean,
That's so
how
much
can
fun.
that not make your day?
Oh, it absolutely does. And they're very, very unique ducks as well.
Absolutely, they're very different. And it's kind of strange to see some of the ones that are so different, because you don't even know where they get them from, that they're so unique and so different. And people actually really look for the more unique ducks, and that's what they buy.
That's so cool.
The more unique they are, they're like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna buy that because nobody else is gonna be giving this duck out.
Very cool. Well, for somebody, so you guys, I'm sure, have people who are more novice Jeep owners as well as veterans, people who have had Jeeps for 20 plus years.
Correct.
What does the process look like to join one of these clubs and start hanging out with y'all?
Absolutely. So we are on Facebook under Dirty Myrtle Jeepers, and they are also on Facebook under the Carolina Coast Jeep Club. So you can just send us a request to join our group. Most of us have a couple of questions that you have to answer that says that you have a Jeep. It doesn't matter whether it's a Jeep Wrangler or a Gladiator. You can have any kind of Jeep. And then at that point, you'll go ahead and come into our group. But we always have lots of events planned. We plan events constantly.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.